Hi, it's Tracy from Two Rocks Tarot, and today I'm going to be sharing a spread with you that I created myself, and it's called Calling My Witch Forward. So those of you who have followed my channel for a while know that I am a practicing witch, even though I don't actually like the term witch. I sort of call myself more of a pagan, an eclectic pagan, because I do bits and pieces of this and that. And I've been on this path for well over 30 years now, but I did have a very big break from the witch side of me, and I've always kept my altar up and burnt incense and put offerings on it and, you know, things of that nature. But when I met my husband, I sort of stopped, because I was really happy. I got everything that I wanted, and I didn't feel the need to practice anything because I felt like I was being greedy. But lately, this has been really pulling to me. This has really been calling to me again. And so I thought I would actually create a spread based on this. And I will be using the beautiful Witch's Wisdom Tarot for this particular one. It comes in this gorgeous drawstring bag. I'll just take that out. I've edged mine in this stunning blue. And don't ask me what it's called. It's actually one of the... it's one of these distressed ink pads. I can't remember what they're called. Yeah, distressed ink, but I think it might have been ocean blue. I'm not 100% sure. So the first position is, why did I abandon my inner witch? Now let's have a look. So why did I abandon my inner witch? I chose this deck because it's very focused on the elements. It's very focused on witchcraft itself. It's by Phyllis Curro. I have done a walkthrough on this. If I remember, I'll put a card up there. And it's a gorgeous deck. It's absolutely huge, as you can see. I haven't got a normal size deck at the moment. So the first position, why did I abandon my inner witch? So have a look. It's taking a while. Oh, there we go. One's popped up, right. So, and this is the Six of Air. Why did I abandon my inner witch? So what I might do is I might actually pop a photo up there, so I don't have to keep on holding it up. So the Six of Air is a Six of Swords, and I know exactly what that means. Is because I first started practicing this when my first husband and I were, we were breaking up. We were sort of breaking up for many years, but he was actually living in Melbourne and I was living in South Australia. And so we were living in Melbourne together. We were running a guest house in South Yarra. And when we were running that guest house, there was a lady in there who was a chef, and she worked odd hours. And so she used to leave her rent for me hidden underneath a lamp on her bedside table. So I went up there one day and I grabbed her rent, and I noticed on her book she had a book called Life's a Witch by Fiona Horn. And I was, being the curious person I am, because I'm a very avid reader, I read the blurb on the back and I thought, gee, this sounds really good. I'll ask her about it next time I see her. And she said, it's absolutely fantastic, you should read it. She borrowed it to me, and that book changed my whole life in ways that I would never ever fathom. It was, I was introduced to the goddess, to the gods. I was, from book recommendations in that book, I discovered the tarot. And when we left that job and I actually moved to South Australia, leaving him behind, that's when I started to actually practice witchcraft. And of course, one of the first things that I did was actually call upon Hecate for a divorce, because he refused to sign the papers. And when I actually went into court, I even rang one of his ex-bosses to see if he could talk to him. And he just refused to sign it, thinking that, that's going to stop me from divorcing him. Well, when I went to court and I told him what happened, I didn't even get to finish my story. He goes, oh, you got one of them, have you? Banged the hammer and said, divorce granted. And so I got divorced, and then Aaron proposed to me outside the divorce court. So, it happened really quickly. So the Six of Air makes perfectly sense, because I I was leaving behind sadness. I left it all behind. I moved on. I learnt from big lessons, you know. And even though when you look at this particular card, it's very still, the water. There's none of the turbulence. But if you notice, there's a fox in the back. There's a fox in the back. And really, when you think about it, you know, that could have represented my ex, because he was sly, he was nasty. You know, he tried everything he could to stop me getting a divorce. And even when I bought my own house, you know, he thought that he would be able to just rock up whenever he wanted to, sort of thing. So, but Aaron put a stop to that, because he used to always accuse me of sleeping around, you know, cheating on him and things like that. And I used to always say to him, if I ever meet somebody, I'll let you know, right? You know, and I never was like that. I was never ever like that. We were married for 16 years and really together for 20, and I never cheat. That's just not who I am. That's just not who I am. But he never knew who I was at all. And so when I actually did meet Aaron, and you know, we were dating, and he used to like to bring up and you know, make abusive phone calls and and things like that. And I said, you know what, I don't need this. I've met someone else. And he nearly choked on his tongue. He goes, what? Because he knew that when I said something, I meant it, you know. And I said, yeah, you want to talk to him? And I handed the phone over to Aaron. And, you know, and he was a little man syndrome, you know. And then Aaron said, oh, yeah, you tell me your address and I'll meet you there. Haven't heard a word from him in the lovely nearly 18 years that I've now been married to Aaron. I heard absolutely nothing from him, and my kids don't have anything to do with him either. In fact, my youngest daughter asked him to adopt her on Father's Day that just went, which was absolutely beautiful and blew him away. So, because she wants him to be her legal father when he walks her down the aisle when she gets married. So that was absolutely gorgeous. So the 6 of air is why did I abandon my inner witch? It was always in there. But because I was so happy with Aaron, and I just felt like, I really did feel like that I was being greedy by keep on doing spells and things like that. Everything that I wanted with that man, and I still do. But, you know, of course, now that I'm older and wiser, I know exactly, you know, there's more to it than just casting spells, I suppose. But that's an absolutely perfect card to have that. I totally understand it. So the second position is, why is she calling me now? So let's have a look. Why is she calling me now? So it's a bit of a long-winded explanation, but I just wanted to let you know where I was coming from, sort of thing, or where I came from. So why is she calling me now? Oh, these are so big cards. It's really hard to shuffle with this stupid arm brace. I'm going back to see my therapist to see if she can get a smaller one, because that other one that was cut off my circulation. Why is she calling me now? That one there, I think. I'm actually drawn to 2, so I'm going to pull 2. So that was the first one, that was the second one. So the first one, messenger of water. I will put a photo up there. So if I'm looking down here, it's because it's not up on the screen yet. And then the second one is 10 of water. See that little jaguar there peeking out through the bushes? Very much looks like my cat Blackie, actually, the same colour eyes. And of course she was black. So of course, you know, water is the cups. And the messenger of water, if I can remember, is it the page? I'm not too sure. Actually. I'm just going to pause it and grab the book and have a look. So the messenger is the page. It took me a while to find out that. So messenger is a page of water and the 10 of water. So why is she calling me now? And I'm really attracted because, you know, the image on this is diving deep down into your emotions. When you look at it, she's diving down deep into the sea. It's a mermaid. I don't think you can see the tail. Not quite. No. But anyway, you know, she's got the web fingers and she's diving deep down. So obviously, you know, and this is where I felt the pull deep from within me. Of course, the 10 of water shows just how happy now I am, now that I've beaten cancer. I'm well on the road to recovery, and I've still got a few little more things I need to get done. basically just getting my teeth fixed, which I've actually started to do, and then I need 6 transfusions to keep my bones healthy and to keep the cancer at bay over 3 years. But you have to get your teeth fixed first, because this particular type of medication can leave a hole in your jaw, so that your mouth's got to be tip top. So why is she calling me now? So obviously I've been, emotionally I've been feeling that deep call from within. And of course when I was sick, I did call upon her a lot, the goddess and the gods and my angels, which is, another story again. But why she's calling me now is because I really needed help. I'm not going to lie. I needed help. I needed support, and I relied on what I used to do. Now, a lot of it I had to do in my head, because I wasn't just physically able to do anything. I mean, I couldn't even, having a shower would exhaust me, and I'd have to sit down before I could dry myself. So, I was really, really weak. So there's no way I was capable of doing, spells or anything like that. So I did a lot of it in my head, and I think that was her call. That was her, the gods were letting me know that that's quite okay. I can do that. I can lean upon them. I can walk with them. I can connect with them emotionally. That was a child screaming out the front there. I can connect with them emotionally. I didn't need to physically do things. I could do everything from the emotion side of thing. Now there's an interesting actual, and I'm just going to read this about how she explains water in here, the actual elements, if I can find it. Okay, I found it. So traditionally witches use water to clean away negativity, pain and suffering, the way everyone uses water for cleaning away waste. So instead of putting our garbage into water to be taken away, this is because this particular deck was channeled completely. It was, you can watch my walkthrough, I'll explain a little bit more. But they were told to bring water's purity into ourselves, that purity transforms us positively from within and is a blessing to be received with gratitude. Then what leaves us and enters water can be recycled and put to good use by nature. So self-care and care of nature are in harmony, so of course naturally it works. So that's another thing. Now I was never a big drinker of water, and I found it really hard when I was sick, because I had to, sometimes a litre at a time, to, especially the next day, to flush out all the chemotherapy out of me. So basically that I was using the water again to purify my body. As to why she's calling me, is because emotionally I needed her, and even though water is fluid, and no matter what type of a container it's in, it can be contained. It takes the shape, doesn't it? Water takes the shape of whatever its vessel that it's encased in. So here my emotions were all over the shot, but the 10 of water shows that I will be happy again, that I will beat this. Indeed, when I found out that I had cancer, and I walked into my bedroom, and the words straight come into my head is, "I will not let you die, child." And I knew straight away it was a goddess. Tearing up, I knew it was her. So she was letting me know that I would be okay. I can rely on her emotionally, and that I will. The 10 of Cups shows that that I will be happy, and that's exactly what's happened. So as to why she's calling me now, it's because because now I've, the message was, to rely on her emotionally and do what I had to do in my head, because I couldn't physically do it. The 10 of Cups is now that you are well again, nearly, I'm nearly there. I consider myself well. That I can concentrate on working with her again, and working on the happiness side of my life, and that's what I've been doing. I really have been looking at what makes me happy, type of thing, and what I want to do with my channel and my my tarot reading business and all that sort of thing, a whole heap of things. So that makes sense. It's a long roundabout way of explaining it, but anyway. So the next card is, what can I do to deepen my connection to the craft? What can I do to deepen my connection to the craft? two that have popped up. So let's have a look. Oh. So I've got the Nine of Water. So again, the Nine of Cups. And I also got the Goddess of Water. And have a look at that. You know, there is a baby within the cup there. Within the actual goddess herself. It's a goddess image. Sorry, I had to have these actually aren't my right glasses. But I'm not doing too bad with them. But yeah, so it's actually portrays a pregnant goddess, and that's exactly is how do I deepen my connection. So this is telling me that it's all going to be new. The way I deepen it is to start afresh and start anew and do things differently, which is what I have been doing. And of course we know, I'm pretty sure this is a salmon in here. It is salmon in this Nine of Water. So salmon is about wisdom. It's all about wisdom. Particularly in the Celtic myth, you know, salmons are about, well, not Celtic myth, but the Celts, you know, considered salmon to be very wise. So deepening my connection is to take my craft in a completely different way. So and just do things completely differently to what I used to do, which I actually have been doing. Now I have been called to working with Hecate again, and indeed I actually changed my altar to reflect her, because she really helped me. You know, that spell I did for my divorce, it just blew me away with how things change, because you know she is the key holder, the keeper to opening up new ways of living and to be ready for it. And I never expected that, you know, that I would 1 week be going out on a 16th wedding anniversary with my ex-husband, looking at him eating, not saying one word to me. I'm thinking, is this what my rest of my life is going to be, where we don't even talk to each other? And then 2 weeks later I was actually having dinner with Aaron and that was the start. And then within 6 weeks we got married. So you know, she changed my life completely. So I have been called to working with her and opening up new ways, and this is telling me that I've still got to connect with my emotions and what is calling me emotionally, but to take it into a completely different way. And even though I've been called to working with Hecate again, it's a different type of a thing, isn't it? It's a different way. Oh, it's really hard to explain, even though this is my actual spread that I made. But it's hard. But this is what I'm getting, is that I've got to give birth to it again. I've got to nurture it and let it grow into something new and wonderful. And because there is so much water in here, I'm actually thinking that I need to work with the element of water. I need to actually still keep on drinking it, which I've actually been finding easier now. But I actually need, I think, to walk with the element of nature. Now, I actually live by the beach, so I think this is telling me that I need to go to the sea more often. And it's only like 10 minutes away, and both my husband and I have both said that this year we're actually going to buy a tent, because I've got to stay out of the sun, and we're going to spend some more time by the beach. So I think that's another way as well, is to actually connect with the sea that I live next to more. And as always, you know, and the Nine of Cups expresses the happiness that I'll get from it as well. So I've just got to nurture it into something else. I've got to birth it into something else. That's a really roundabout way of saying things, isn't it? So this is interesting. This one is, how can I combine both witchcraft and angels? Because I find this really hard. I'm going to be doing another video very soon about signs and how to recognize them. And angels just, you know, I'm just going to leave it at that. So how can I combine both witchcraft and angels? Oh, that won't come right up. You gotta love the goddess, don't you? Goddess of fire. So the goddesses are the queens. I should have said that before. So goddess of fire. Have a look at that. So what strikes me is how she's stirring the cauldron. I can mix both of them together, no problems. So she's telling me that she's got no problems with me being creative in the way I approach my craft and angels, and I can indeed combine both of them together and also give birth to something new, as the goddess of water implies, with the fetus inside the actual goddess as well. So I can definitely definitely combine the two together, but I've got to be creative about it. That's exactly, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Now, what I wanted to do is I wanted to know, I'm actually asking here, how does the element earth want me to work with it? And I'm asking for each element. So how does the element earth want me to work with it? Or how should I work with the element earth? Or no, oh, that will come out straight away. Healing. I used to get this card a lot, so much when I was sick. Oh my gosh, so much. and I felt it, you know, I definitely felt that I was being healed. So healing. So 8 is, even though I'm just going off that, but just for people so you know what, because I can't remember what 8 is because I've changed it all, is temperance. Temperance. So I might actually leave that page open. So how does the element earth want me to work with it? So it looks like I need to work with it in balancing. It's quite funny because a lot of my crystals I've actually been pulled to actually grounding crystals. So I've been pulled to working with some red jasper, been wearing it, been wearing my tourmaline again. So yeah, so basically the element earth, how it wants me to work with it is to ground myself more with it, so everything is in balance. So next one is, how does the element fire? Oh, that one comes straight up. Well, this is quite amazing how quick. Craftsmen of air. So the craftsmen, I think, are the knights. I think. Doesn't really matter because I'll really look at the imagery there. So this is fire. How does the element earth? I'm very pulled to how this person has, it looks like what to be a crystal in there as well. And of course, some crystals are forged in fire, aren't they? The volcanic rock, the obsidian as well. Perhaps, I've actually, yeah, what a huge piece of obsidian up there. Perhaps I should look at the proprieties of that, maybe scry with it as well, because I haven't done any scrying videos for a long time. But I think also because I'm really pulled to the book and the study, I think I probably need to study the element of fire more and see what I can do with it. I mean, fire is an iffy thing here in Australia because we're spring now, we're in spring, but you know, you have to be very careful. We have, well, I mean, so do you in America and everyone else, you know, I've got in Canada, have terrible bushfires. But so yeah, so actually, and because it's an air card, even though it's working with fire, I was thinking maybe more candle magic, actually, to work with more candles. I used to do a lot of candle magic, but actually I haven't done for ages. Actually, I need to buy more candles. So yeah, perhaps more candle magic and studying things like of that nature as well. That's what I'm getting from that one. And keep on burning the incense, because I've just restarted burning a lot of incense, because now that I haven't got my beloved budgie Gregory with me anymore, I can burn incense because I don't have to worry about, you know, making him sick. So the next one is, how does the element air want me to work with it? I really love this deck. I saw this deck, I think it was Boho Tarot who done a walkthrough on that, and I'd only watched the video halfway through and I ordered the deck. Absolutely love it. Here we go. How does the air, and I've got the 3 of water, which is the 3 of cups. The 3 of cups for air. Well, you know what, I'm going to take that because it is by a body of water, and I'm thinking, yeah, it's another sort of hint to go and actually go and sit by the seaside and walk along it. But I've also got a special gum tree that I connect to as well, which I have been, because I have been walking again. Not every day, sometimes I just can't manage it, but I have been walking again. So basically, it's just to get out into the outside and breathe in the air and working with it, going by the, oh, I just noticed there's a rainbow in the corner of this. For me, every time I see rainbows, I'll actually point it out on the in the editing. that means that spirit is working with me. So how does the element, yeah, of course, to keep on my work with spirits. Every time I see a rainbow, I know spirit's with me. So yeah, of course, even though it's the 3 of water, it's telling me that and the 3, the triple goddess, to work with each aspect as well, you know, the mother, maiden and crone. Because, you know, even though I am a crone now, there is, you know, I don't act like one. So to working with element air is just to literally get out and breathe the air, and to go by the seaside, and to work with the spirits as well. And I'm still going to take that I need to study, you know. I need to do a little bit of studying. Okay. So the final element, of course, is water. So how does the element water want me to work with it? Look at that, will you? Rebirth. And now just check. I'm pretty sure rebirth is, what number is that? 9. It's the death card. Okay. Yeah, and that's exactly right. Water. And yeah. I just want to pick up the card and have a look at it. It's to really, it's quite funny actually, because the crow is, you know, like she's got the crow's on top of her head with a shaft of wheat in its mouth. And I've been noticing, well, I have, since I've been sick, I've been seeing so many crows. And so obviously the element of water is wants me to approach it, something. I've always been scared of water. I nearly drowned when I was young. So, you know, swimming is not my thing at all. And of course now with one poop as well, it's going to be, you know, I can lash out and get a swimsuit or something that's got, you know, I can wear my prosthetic in, but, you know, that just doesn't really, it doesn't interest me. I can't, you know, I'm not really into swimming. But it looks like I need to approach water from a whole different perspective, and yeah, change it. I've got to transition the way I think about water. And it's funny that shaft of wheat, I might even have to look that up again, because I did have a vision once where I was given some wheat. So that's quite interesting. Anyway, now I've only got 3 more questions, so I hope you're not too bored. So the next one is, how does spirit want me to work with it? Oh God, that one come right out. 2 of air. And as soon as I seen this card, I thought, oh, it looks like a pair of lungs, doesn't it? So how does spirit want me to work with it? So the 2 of swords, of course, we know is about balancing. So this is telling me that not to keep to walk between those 2 paths evenly. So not be constantly obsessed with bringing down spirit messages and talking to spirit and all that sort of thing. That I need to be grounded as well, as one of the other cards said, need to be grounded. I think it was the earth one, wasn't it? I need to be grounded as well. So I need to keep them 2 in balance. So I need to keep my grounding, and I need to keep my spiritual work in balance. So that's how it wants me to work with it, to remember all aspects, remember all the elements, remember to do the practical work, and to also, you know, and it's also telling me, because it's a tree, I can combine the 2. I can keep them balanced and even, as long as I, you know, remember that. Don't get too obsessed with doing things one way. Keep it even. That's what I'm getting out of that one. And then it's a message from the goddess. I'm going to pull a card, and then a message from the god. I'm going to pull a card, and then a message actually from Mother Earth. So a message from the goddess. Let's see what the goddess wants to tell me. Just move my phone, because these cards are huge and I want to remember what order they come in. So a message from the goddess herself. No, I'm not really. Yeah, oh yeah. No, I'm not feeling that actually. I'm just. Oh, if it comes up, then I know it's true. A message from the goddess. Just a message. I just want one card, please. Message from the goddess. When I'm not really sure about it, I shuffle again. Because I like the cards to shoot right out. So just a message. Oh, there we go, like that. Oh. The Great Mother. Can you believe that? The Great Mother. Oh, that's making me cry. The message, she's telling me she's with me. She's been with me from birth. She'll be with me until I die. That's what I'm getting out of that. Of course, we know the Great Mother is the Empress in this one. And because they've changed. Yep, that's right. How perfect is that? A message from the goddess that she'll be with me. And it's got... that's just blown me away. And you know what I'm really attracted to? Even though it's in that card, as you can see, she's breastfeeding. But when I look at that, it looks like that she hasn't got a left breast. And that's the breast that I had removed, my left one. And even though that part of me has been taken away, it's going to give birth to lots of new possibilities for me. A great love. Yeah, that's amazing to get that card, hey? That, yeah. And the bear, I'm stronger than I think. And that's exactly what I've realised. I am stronger, a lot stronger than I ever thought I was. Wow, I'm going to have to really ponder on that as well more. See what else I can pull out of that. Alright, a message from the gods. Message from the god. What does divine masculine want to tell me? Earth, Five of Pentacles. And you know, when I get the Five of Pentacles, I never think of being poor materially. I look at it always that it's more of a spiritual side that's lacking. So that's telling me that I need to concentrate on the divine masculine a little bit more. I've worked a lot with the goddess, and of course I'm going to continue to do so, but I need to work with the divine masculine just that little bit more. That's what that's telling me there, definitely. To work with the divine masculine just that bit more. And also I'm looking at that big, looks like a piece of rose quartz there. It's got the scythe as well. Yeah, that's what it's telling me, for sure. Alright, the final card. A message from Mother Earth. Oops, we dropped the whole lot there. Let's have a... Oh. Actually, that's... Well, they popped up straight away. I'll put that deck down. We've got the Five of Fire, which is the Five of Wands. Believe it or not, the Goddess of Earth. A Goddess of Earth. What's this telling me? Because I've been quite concerned lately the way things are going in the world with China, the wars. You know, I keep feeling like World War III is coming. Nobody seems to want to do anything peacefully. Everything is war, 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 my way or no way at all. And I've been quite concerned. You know, I've got soon to be... Hang on, 7 grandchildren. My oldest is expecting in November. It'll be her 5th child. And I worry about them. I worry about the world that we are leaving to them, you know. But the Five of Fire, as you can see, is full of butterflies, isn't it? So the world is going to transform. It is going to transform. And I'm hoping that that lovely big sun that we see isn't a nuclear weapon or anything like that. But then I look at the Goddess of Earth and how she's nourishing it there. You know, we've got what looks to be a beehive on her head, milk dripping from her breasts, the milk flowing down into a river. And I think that, and I'm also, this is going to sound funny, but I'm really pulled to the pyramid as well. I think somehow that ancient Egypt, something's going to be found in Egypt that's going to change all of our perception. It's going to blow our minds away, because I'm really pulled to the top of it, how that, you know, that blue almost looks like space kind of thing. And I think, I don't know, it's a funny feeling, but that's what I'm getting. And I'm thinking that, as worried as I am, is that we're going to leave this barren wasted earth, you know, because I really worry about it, how she's coping with all these changes and that. But I think the 5 of fire is reminding us all that earth has transformed over the millennia in many, many, many times, and has also, you know, has come back. So yeah, I'm thinking it's going to transform into the way completely different in some way, and I don't know why, but I just think that Egypt is going to have something to do with it, something to do with Egypt, whether they find something ancient that's going to provide a catalyst to this world. I don't know, maybe I am just playing too much Assassin's Creed. But yeah, that's the kind of feeling that I'm getting. Well, there you go, that's my calling my witch forward. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you do this actual spread, I might even just make a little hashtag there, put the hashtag in it so I can watch it. But this is, you know, I'm going to actually study these cards more in depth, you know, because I feel like there's a lot of messages here for me, and I need to really look at them. So I'll take photos of them, and I might even journal, which I never have in my entire life because I've got shocking writing. But I might even journal about it because I feel like it's a very important message, because it's something that's been calling to me for a while, particularly when I was sick. So until next time, this is Tracy.